I was wrong about the iPhone 13. Hello guys, my name is Vic with PhoneArena and this is the second time I'm recording this video. I just recorded it a few days ago, it was ready to go and something didn't feel right. And just yesterday a brand new massive leak right out of China came out revealing the battery sizes of the whole iPhone 13 range, and it changed my mind. See, my initial thoughts about the iPhone 13 series were, well, it's a bit of a disappointment. The iPhone 12 here was a bestseller and it was a massive upgrade. New design, 5G connectivity, brand new chip, improvements in the camera, great all around. But the iPhone 13 was expected to have this just slightly thicker body, maybe a slightly bigger batteries, and no major changes to the camera. What has changed? Well, it turns out that some phones in the iPhone 13 lineup will have a massive change in the battery. And the phone that you should be most excited about in the iPhone 13 series is the iPhone 13 Pro Max. See, the change that Apple has planned for the iPhone 13 Pro Max is not just incremental, it's groundbreaking. Now, the previous iPhone 12 Pro Max was already a great phone with good battery life, very solid battery life. It had a 3700 mAh battery in that range. The new iPhone 13 Pro Max will have a much bigger, nearly 20% bigger battery at 4000 and nearly 300 mAh. That is a huge deal. Is this the first iPhone that will finally be able to go 2 days off the charger completely worry-free? Well, it's a possibility, and of course it's not certain, but these are leaks. They come from a very reliable leakster called Love to Dream, a Chinese account. It sounds a bit funny, but the track record of this leaker is spot on, so we can definitely trust these leaks. But how is it even possible to have such a huge increase in battery capacity when you have pretty much the same design and sizing, just the phone will be slightly thicker and heavier? Well, it turns out that Apple has changed the engineering inside the iPhone. It has kind of fused the SIM card slot with the main board, which freed up space inside the phone to fit a much larger battery, and this will be a game changer. Now, as for the other two iPhones, if you're not into a supersized Pro Max iPhone, I'm not. The regular iPhone 13 and 13 Pro will have the same battery capacity between each other, but it will be an upgrade over the 12 series. Now, the 12 series, here I have the iPhone 12, it has a 2800 mAh battery, which is good, it's fine, but the new ones will get to nearly 3100 mAh, which is again a considerable upgrade. And even the iPhone 13 mini will become slightly thicker and will have a slightly bigger battery. Now, the mini was my favorite device of the iPhone 12 series, but it unfortunately had pretty disappointing battery life. In my usage, I would start using it, and then around 4 or 5 p.m. I would notice that my battery has already dropped in the red zone and I would have to recharge it. So oftentimes it wouldn't even last a whole day. So I expect this to improve in the iPhone 13 mini. And by the way, it seems that the iPhone 13 mini will be the last mini that Apple releases. Since sales and various reports claim this, sales of the iPhone 12 mini were quite disappointing, especially compared to other iPhones. The mini still sold millions of units, but just not quite as good as the other models. Okay, so what else is there to be excited about? Now, the other big new feature in the iPhone 13 lineup is, somewhat surprisingly, a fingerprint scanner. Yes, the new phone is expected to bring back Touch ID. Now, these rumors date back to January of 2021 when Bloomberg, a very reliable source, claimed that Apple is working on the feature for the iPhone 13 series, and the feature will be an in-screen fingerprint scanner, which is pretty much what Samsung uses in the Galaxy S21 and most Android phones for that matter. Now, this in-screen fingerprint scanner will be used with Face ID. It won't replace the face scanning feature, but you will be able to choose which one you want to use, the fingerprint scanner or the face recognition, or you can have both active and just use whichever is more convenient. And this is great for these times when we're wearing masks at public places, so this is definitely a welcome feature, but we're not quite certain it will make it in the final model. And while with the iPhone 12 series we had the Pro models and then we have the regular models, this year this division remains, but last year there wasn't much of an incentive to upgrade to a Pro model. Not so this year. In 2021, the iPhone 13 Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro Max are both expected to feature 120Hz ProMotion display, which results in much smoother scrolling, and we have had this feature on the iPad series for quite a while on the iPad Pros, and now they're coming, but only to the Pro model iPhones, not to the regular iPhone 13 and nor to the iPhone 13 mini. So yes, Apple is giving us one more reason to spend out the extra bucks and get the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now, as for the storage, I'm particularly disappointed with the iPhone 12 that I've been using for the past few months. It only comes with 64GB in the base model that I have here. In just a few months, this storage has already run out for me, and I'm not even recording that many videos, but 64 gigs is just not enough. Unfortunately, no changes on that front. The iPhone 13 mini and the iPhone 13 are still expected to come with a 64GB of base storage for the base model. The Pro models, just like last year, will start at 128 gigs, which is more reasonable. And then we have to talk about colors, because the iPhone 12 launched in this variety of colors that I personally love and appreciate so much. Most recently, you got the purple iPhone, and it looks good. And the new colors for the iPhone 13 series have already leaked out, and hear me out, these are interesting. The Pro models will now have a matte black option, which is just super cool. Now, we do have the black iPhone 12, which is glossy back, and we do have the graphite kind of black option for the Pro series, but it's not quite real black. And this time, this is what you get with the new 13 Pro series, and I'm personally very excited about this color. And you also get a different shade of gold that Apple will call bronze, which would be a darker shade similar to the probably Samsung Galaxy Note 20. This was a color that was among my favorites, but one area where I'm a bit disappointed with the iPhone 13 and the rumors and leaks about it is in the camera department. See this iPhone 12? It only has 2 cameras, it doesn't have a telephoto zoom camera. And for me, this has been a disappointment, because eventually you need to capture an image where you have to zoom in a bit, and the quality is just not great on this phone. You still will get a third zoom lens, a 2x zoom on the iPhone 13 Pro and 2.5 times zoom on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. But compared to other phones, especially in the Android camp, we have the Galaxy S21 Ultra, which is a super exciting phone. It has 2 zoom cameras, it has a 10 times zoom periscope camera, it can go up to 100 times zooming. Yes, the quality at 100 times is not great, but at 10 times, at 20 times zoom, it captures brilliant images. And the newer iPhones, the iPhone 13 series, just won't be able to match it, at least not this year. Rumors say that in 2022, the iPhone 14 series will have a periscope zoom style camera, but that is still way off. So with that, the only big new camera feature on the iPhone 13 series shapes up to be something called portrait video, which basically gives you a portrait style effect, blurring the background and just leaving the subject in focus, but for video. And yes, of course, Android phones have had this for a couple of years now, so it's nothing new, but just like Apple does, we expect this to work flawlessly on iPhones. And of course, Apple took its time, but it should work good. However, for camera enthusiasts, I don't see much of a reason to upgrade, and probably if you have the iPhone 12, you probably should stay there. And even if you have the older iPhone 11, the difference doesn't shape up to be all that huge on the iPhone 13 series. Finally, as for pricing, I don't expect to see anything new. The iPhone 13 mini should start at about $730. The iPhone 13 should start at $830, and then we have the iPhone 13 Pro at about $1,000 and the iPhone 13 Pro Max at $1,100. And if you follow Apple, you probably already know that this year's models, the iPhone 12 series, will likely remain available for purchase, and Apple usually drops the price on existing models once the newer launch, and you should probably get around $100 off on these current iPhone 12 series models. So that's it, guys, a quick roundup of the iPhone 13 series leaks and rumors. I have to admit, I was wrong. I was super disappointed with the initial rumors, but now that this battery leak is here, and that shows us a 20% increase in battery life on the iPhone 13 Pro Max, I think this is a big deal, especially if you want to use a bigger phone. The iPhone 13 Pro Max just shapes up to be something special. I'm not sure about that fingerprint scanner. If Apple introduces it, it will be another welcome feature. Probably not all users using the iPhone 12 should upgrade. I probably wouldn't, but for people who are on an older iPhone, that's definitely recommended. So you let me know what you think about these upgrades upgrades that are in tow for the iPhone 13? Do you find them exciting, and do you think that Apple is moving in the right direction? Or do you think that it's lagging behind the Android competition? Let me know what you think. My name is Vic, it was a pleasure talking to you, and I'm looking forward to your comments right below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.